Oh, hi, it's me, Stevie, back with yet another episode of Absolutely Arms. This one is about Firefly or Titibasana. That's that big straddly arm balances when we have legs on either side of our arms. There's a lot of hip mobility, there's a ton of weight into the arms. If you've never been with me in Absolutely Arms, first of all, know that you don't actually have to do the arm balance. This is more of a mini conditioning class that takes a base flow and helps us tweak it just a little bit so that it's better targeted towards that specific arm balance. That being said, one, if you've never done Absolutely Arms, number one, that is the base flow. You can just search the word Absolutely Arms, or 2 words, and you'll see it come up. I do recommend that first, as it offers a lot of modifications and options for some of the more complex transitions in this series, like pulling directly to chaturanga and back from a downward facing dog without waving through the spine, as well as the side pistols, which are prevalent in this flow. So that is an option. Next up is that we do suggest that you have props with you, just because we will be putting the shins down from time to time. So if that means you want a blanket or a towel, or just using your extra dense mat. I have my Aloha and it works fine without a blanket or a towel. It's really dense but still somehow soft. And I do also recommend having some blocks, because there will be a mini workshop section at the end of 2 rounds through the flow. So we do a micro warm up, 2 rounds through this small flow where we really create heat for the arms, shoulders, and wrists. And then there's a mini optional workshop section where you can either just kind of watch what I'm doing and skip it and join me for a quick cool down, or you can pause the video and play with some of the tips and tricks I give you for this arm balance. Even if you're not working on Firefly, know that there's still benefit to doing some of this work as far as loading the wrists, arms, and shoulders for any other kind of inversion work. Even things like stepping from a downward facing dog to a lizard pose and playing with some more hip mobility for a lot of the yoga postures that require a good amount of hip mobility, this will still create heat and still get you moving and grooving as we play with some of this. So it's for anybody, even if you don't like arm balances. However, it is suggested that you watch Absolutely Arms number 1 so you're more familiar with the flow and what you need to do in your body. Gather whatever you'd like, and I'll meet you on your practice space.
This practice is brought to you by Aloha Yoga, a cork-powered mat and accessory company with a focus on enhanced grip for confident and creative movement. No towel, no problem. Aloha offers the ability to move freely without fear of slipping, even in your sweatiest practice, all while embracing artistic expression through their unique mat designs. Check out the video caption for a link to view their products, or visit our Grow Together page to learn more about why Authentic Movements continues to choose Aloha.
Okay, we'll actually start standing up for this one. Come to the middle-ish of your mat, doesn't matter. Spread your feet about as wide as your mat, maybe turned out slightly. Think about what you like to do with your feet for a deep squat position. And then just start to bend your knees, setting your sit bones back behind you, thinking long spine. So like there's a board from your tailbone out through the top of your head, which means you'll have to hinge forward for most of us as we squat. Maybe your arms start to touch your legs, setting your knees out wide here. We call this sumo squat a lot. You can widen your elbows out to touch the knees if you'd like. The next time you come down low, pause. Pause with your arms on your knees. Press your arms into your knees into your arms. Think long crown and neck here. Take little bounces of the butt down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. What would it feel like to keep the position of the legs, lift up through the low belly, and reach the fingers to or towards the floor? If they touch the floor, great. If they don't, they can pause and hover. If they touch the floor, maybe peel the heels off the floor and lower the sit bones a little bit more. Lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the heels. One more time like that. Lower the heels, lift the heels. Lower the heels, straighten the legs, and come to a little straddle fold. Again, the feet can be turned out slightly if you prefer to bring them more parallel or even pigeon-toed here. Go for it. Bend your knees and sway side to side. Just trying to create a little quick warm-up of the legs. Pause the swing, turn your hands around so they're backwards, the fingers reach back, and spider them between your legs, kind of walking your hands back behind you. The knees can be bent or straightish. What works for your body is great. Nice. Walk the fingers back in front of you. Plant the hands. So what do you have to do to plant the hands? You have to bend the knees? I don't know. Plant the hands. Grip with the fingers. Shift the weight into the hands. Small bend in your elbows and come up high into the tippy toes. Release your heels down. Shift back. So the weight's in the feet. Shift forward. Weight in the hands. High up on the tippy toes. Little straddle. And release. One more time like that. Shift up. And release. Nice. Walk your feet back. Downward facing dog. Set yourself up in a small downward facing dog. So we always start this flow with this pull through from a small down dog into a chaturanga with a long spine, bending the arms and knees to help us get there. So this is not a roll. This is a pull through. You do not have to come through to a 90-degree chaturanga. Any bend of the arms is great. And as long as you feel like you're working through the arms, that's great. So bend the knees, bend the elbows, look forward mainly with your eyeballs, and pull through to a little chaturanga. Grip with your fingers, press back, keeping a long, strong spine the whole time. Pull through, little chaturanga, press back. One more time like that. Pull through, little chaturanga, press back. Beautiful. Send the right leg high up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Take some big circles of that right knee. Other direction. Beautiful. Extend the right leg and let it hover next to the left. Come up high into the left toes and make this happen. Press through your arms to create space. Slice the right leg out to the side and bring it back into hover. Slice out, bring it in. Slice out, bring it in. One more time like that. Slice out, bring it in. We'll change it up. Slice out, bring it forward an inch, bring it forward an inch, bring it forward an inch. Step up approximately halfway between the hands and the feet, but keep your right foot wide. So if you've done this class with me, often we step between the hands and the feet, and we are as far as distance-wise, but step the right foot wide off the mat here. So just take a moment to shift forward into the hands and then back into the feet. Forward into the hands, back into the feet. Forward into the hands, back into the feet. Now, pop off the hands. So bend the elbows, pop off the hands and take your hands to the right thigh. It's off of the mat for most of us, okay? Great. Shift forward until you come onto the left toes because most of the weight is on that right foot. Nice. Skate the left foot up in front of you and then skate it back behind you, squeezing the booty. Skate it up in front of you and back behind you. It's still kind of out to the side, not directly down to the floor. Skate it out in front of you, back behind you. Out in front of you, back behind you. Out in front of you, back behind you. Squeeze, lower those left toes back where they started. Take your hands inside of your right foot, so directly inside of your right foot on the mat, okay? Shift the weight into the hands and to the right foot. Squeeze with your fingers. Same thing with the left foot, except now we're aiming to get the left foot up outside of the left hand and back. The more you step, the more you're thinking about just bouncing. How can we think about slow shifting into the hands and sliding or hovering that left foot up outside of the left hand and then back. Step it up slow and then back. One more time like that. Step it up slow and back. Walk the hands forward. Come to the inner edge of the left foot. Okay, here's our side pistols, y'all. We do this on the flow all the time. So again, you can check out Absolutely Arms for some mods on this. Maybe attempt the left fingers. Maybe they become lifted. Pull your right knee towards your right armpit. Send your right leg behind the left and lower to a pistol. Resist the urge to put the hip down, even if it's available, and keep it lifted. Knee to armpit, side pistol. Knee to armpit, side pistol. Knee to armpit, side pistol. Okay, knee to armpit, plank. Keep the knee to armpit. Step the right foot outside of the right hand. Lizard pose. Oh, thank goodness, right? We've been here. Shift and roll over the back foot. Shift and roll over the back foot. And this time as you shift and roll over the back foot, bring the left shin in between the hands. Ugh. Give your wrists a break. Roll through the wrists. Okay. Now, as you put your hands down, can you round more, thinking about kind of bowing inside of your right leg. As you bow inside of your right leg, wiggle your right foot forward. What would it feel like to almost wrap the right foot around the right arm so that you're wearing it like a backpack? That might not be available for you today. That's fine. You can just kind of think about pulling it up the arm. If it is available, you might find you have to lift the right foot off of the floor, right? And you can also kind of help it get up there a little bit if you want. Press down through the hands, puff up through the back of the heart, and lift through the back of the heart until maybe you're a little bit lighter on your left shin. Release and soften. Now, we could do that again, or you can even lift the left shin off the ground here. So as you push and puff, maybe the left shin hugs in and squeezes and you get a little bit of lift. Don't worry if it doesn't lift. You're just looking to get a little bit lighter. Let's do that one more time. Puff, 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 lift, and release. Unwind through the right foot. Set it back outside of your right hand. Like lizard pose. Step the left foot back and just hang in your lizard for a moment. All right. From your lizard, press into your hands and step your right foot back, but bring it wide on the mat. Shrink your downward facing dog a little bit. So another thing that we do in this flow is we do a pop back to the back of the mat. Usually our feet are together on the mat, but this time we're bringing our right foot out a little bit wide. Bend your elbows, and then keeping your hands low, pop your hands to the back of the mat. Bring your fingertips to the floor in a fold. Nice. Hands on the mat, press into your hands. Hop your left foot out about as wide as the mat. Hop both feet in, hop them out, hop them in, hop them out. Hop them about hip distance or whatever you like for your malasana. Lower down to something that resembles a malasana today for you. And it could be an ugly malasana, doesn't matter. Keep your heels lifted, whatever. It doesn't have to be this nice, perfect squat. Mine is not perfect, believe me. You can take your hands out in front of you here. Just pause for a moment in your malasana. Remember malasana, do make it like a little uglier of a malasana. Take your booty up a little bit higher, but keep the nice bend. Bring your hands inside of your legs. So if your legs are really close together, hop them out a little bit wider. Now, little bit of funsies. Hop your feet forward to try to get them outside of your hands. Keep the legs bent. Hop back. Maybe this time you hop your feet further forward and try to get them in front of your hands. Your palms might peel off, and that's okay. Hop it back. Nice. Walk your hands forward, lower to your shins. Flushing, rinse, camel. Like camel, it's not about the back bend, it's just kind of about stretching out through the front of the hips. Squeeze your booty, pull your pubic bone out. Roll through your wrists. Go to the other side, and then we'll go quickly through both rounds again. Downward facing dog. We have 3 of our pull-throughs to chaturanga. Prepare yourself. Pull through. Long spine, press back. Pull through. Press back. One more time. Pull through. Press back. Right leg lift, or left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Circles. Circles the other direction. Close your hip. Extend the leg, but hover it, so come up onto the right toes. Slice the left foot out. Bring it in. Slice it out. Bring it in. Slice it out. Bring it in. One more like that. Slice it out. Bring it in. This time, slice it out to hold. Bring the foot an inch forward. An inch forward. An inch forward. An inch forward. Step the right foot or left foot in the middle of your space, but out to the side. So make it wide. Shift into the hands and more into the feet. Shift into the hands and more into the feet. Shift into the hands and more to the feet. Push off your hands, pop off your hands, and bring your hands into your left thigh. And resist the urge to let that knee knock in like mine wants to, and send it out more with your hands. Okay, so we've got the right leg now that's going to do the work. Come up onto the right toes until it's light, and then skate that right foot up, forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more time like that. Forward and back. Put those right toes down. Take the hands inside of your left foot and about even with it. I'm gonna walk mine forward a little bit because my stance is too short. Okay, and then we're doing the same thing, just bringing that right foot forward and back. Now, The less you can jump and the more you can slowly glide, the better. Think about bending your elbows a little bit, puff through the back of the heart, shift the weight forward, and glide the right foot forward, and then back. Glide it forward, whew, and then back. Glide it forward, and back. 2 more like that. Glide it forward, back, and forward, and back. Yuck. Okay, here's our pistols. Walk your hands forward. Come to the inner edge of the right foot. Left knee towards left armpit. Take it behind the right leg, side pistol. Knee to armpit. 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 Last time. Side pistol. Knee to armpit. Hands down. Left foot outside of left hand lizard. Ugh. Shift. Back. Shift. Back. Shift. Back. And this time as you shift forward, bring the right shin with you. And give your wrist a little break. Here's our little kind of wrap up. Almost like a half shoulder pressure pose. This is a good prep for like broken lizard. So as you put your hands down, walk your left foot forward and almost try to put it on like a backpack. So no worries if it doesn't. You can just think about kind of bringing it forward and still do the lift up. But if you can, kind of get it up onto that left tricep, I'd like to think about it clamping down. And that is generally the precursor for Firefly. We don't have to go into full shoulder pressure pose, but this clamp idea keeps us from sliding down our arm. Okay, enough procrastination. Push with the fingers, puff through the back of the heart, and lift your booty up until maybe the right shin becomes a little bit lighter. Keep the clamp. Release. This time, if you'd like to lift everything up, go for it, my friend. Push down, maybe take a big exhale. Curl that right heel in and release. Unwind the foot back to our lizard position. Send those right toes to the back of the mat. And now we're back in a standard lizard pose. Extend the right toes. Gosh, I'm mixing up lefts and rights. I'm a mess here. Send the left toes to the back of the mat, but out wide. Here's our pop back to downward facing dog in this wide position, you all. Shrink your down dog, bend into your elbows, and pop to the back of the mat. Roll through your wrists. Hands down, whatever that means for you. Hop your right foot out wide, so you're in the little straddle. Now what would it feel like to hop it in a little bit and hop it out? Hop it in and hop it out. Hop to your preferred Malasana position and lower down to Malasana. Can be an ugly Malasana, not super important. Just trying to spend some time with the triceps inside of the knees. Press your triceps into your knees into your triceps. The thing about Firefly pose is it's both this idea of abduction or widening out to create space, but then we also need the adduction or the hugging towards the midline to keep ourselves from sliding down. Okay, here's a little hop forward and back. So place your hands down, lift your hips, come up onto your tippy toes. As you hop your feet forward, maybe they don't go on either side of your hands, maybe they even go in front of your hands. So hop forward with your feet. You can lower your sit bones a little bit as you do this and lift your booty. Hop back. Hop forward with your feet. Even if they're just next to your hands, what would it feel like then to bend your elbows and almost try to sit on your elbows, right? The more you hop forward, the more shelf you will have, right? The more shelf you'll have. But that's going to be a lot about anatomy. Walk your hands forward, lower your knees, camel flush. So we're going to go one more time through that flow quickly without a lot of the repetitions. And then we'll have a little mini breakdown of our Firefly as our hips start to get a little bit warmer, okay? Down dog. 3 pulls to chaturanga and back. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Hover your right foot, just hover it. Slice it out to the right. Hold. Bring it forward. Bring it forward. Bring it forward. Step it halfway up wide. Bend into your elbows. Pop up your hands, bringing your hands onto your right knee. Shift the weight into your right leg. Send your left leg forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Left toes down. Hands inside of the right leg. Shift the weight forward. Same thing. We're trying to get the left foot forward and back here, but this is very different. Bring it forward and back. Maybe don't touch. Forward and back. forward, and back. Oh, put the toes down. Hands forward, side pistols. Right knee, right armpit, side pistol. Right knee, right armpit, side pistol. Right knee, right armpit, side pistol. Lizard pose, right foot outside of right hand. Oh, bring the left shin in. Okay, maybe you want to put on your backpack of your right leg, clamp and squeeze, okay? One lift up option here. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, push into the ground, puff round through the back of the heart. Maybe your left shin lifts. Release. Unwind your right leg first from your lizard. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back wide. Bend into your elbows. Pop to the back of the mat. Hands down. Hop your feet onto a little straddle. Hop your feet to your preferred malasana. Lower down to malasana. Okay. We've got one opportunity to hop the feet forward and sit on our shelf. So set your hands up for success. And then as much as you'd like, lifting the hips, hop your feet forward, maybe on either side of your hands or even in front. What would it feel like to bend your elbows, lower your booty down, and try to sit on your forearms? Lift up, hop back, lower through the shins, flush it out with a camel. Again, last time, last side. Small down dog. 3 pull throughs to chaturanga and back. Pull through. Push back, pull through, push back, pull through, push back. Hover the left foot, slice it out to the side. Bring it forward, bring it forward, bring it forward. Step it halfway up. Bend into your elbows, hands onto that left knee. Roll over the back foot. Bring the right foot forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Right toes down. Hands inside of the left foot. So same, it just feels a little different, right? Shift the weight into your hands. Bring your right foot forward and back. Maybe don't touch. Forward and back. Forward and back. Toes down. Phew. Hands forward. Side pistols. Inner edge of that right foot. Left knee, left armpit. Side pistol 1. Armpit. Side pistol 2. Armpit. Side pistol 3. Armpit. Lizard. Step the left foot up. Bring the right shin in. Set up your backpack. One lift up, clamp down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push down, lift something up, even if it's just your intentions. Release. Unwind your left foot. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back wide. Bend into your elbows. Pop to the back of the mat. Whew. Hands in the middle. Hop your feet wide. Hop your feet to malasana with. Lower your sit bones. Roll through your wrists. Okay, again, another option to create that shelf for yourself. Lift your booty, plant your hands. Hop your feet up as much as you'd like on either side of or in front of your hands. Bend your elbows, sit down to whatever degree feels interesting. You can stand up from here or literally just slide back onto your butt to see what that feels like and note that you didn't break yourself, because sometimes we slide off our arms. Roll through your wrists or join me in chicken while I talk about this posture and a few different ways to get into it. So, A, you could be done. You could be like, that's fine, I'm gonna listen, but I'm good, y'all. You basically already did this pose, right? So we did a half version of it, kind of, when we played with the kind of tucked position here. We just didn't straighten the legs. Because for a lot of people, straighten the legs is a lot for the hamstrings in this position, right? We are both abducting, we're adducting, we have huge flexion of the hip and the spine, and so there's a lot of tension on the hamstrings, and then you ask them to straighten, right? So that can be a lot. It's not that important to straighten the legs all the way. It's not. Having active legs will make you have a more successful Firefly than having like stick straight legs. So that's why we didn't focus too much on like doing a bunch of hamstring stretching and stuff like that. It's not hugely important. Some people like to get into this from a seated position. Some people like to get into this from a standing position. Some people love blocks. Some people do not like blocks. A bit can be dependent on anatomy, like everything, and also hip mobility. So let's talk about getting it into it from a standing position, because that's kind of something that we already flirted with when we came into it from like the booty up. We did malasana, and then we sent our booty up, hopped our feet forward, and tried to make a shelf and sit on it, right? So you could do just that. You don't have to like do the hop forward. What you could do is find like a position of the feet and kind of wiggle them forward in front of the hands, right? Could you have my hands on blocks? Yeah, sure. And from this standing position, it's not really a big deal. It might change. For me, it's not as easy for me to sit on it because I have to bend my legs more, and that can feel harder for me. So for me, blocks are not ideal, but for a lot of people, they'll be great right there, right? And it may also reduce some wrist tension. So I like to scoot my hands far. See, I like to drag my hands back behind my feet, so they're kind of like behind my heels. Then notice my elbows are bending, and I'm trying to hug them in, and I just sit my booty down. As I sit my booty down, I'm trying not to be like lazy about it, but I'm also not worried about it too much. I can wiggle my toes towards the center. That's gonna help lock me in, and I know if I fall backwards, I just land on my butt. Here I can flirt with the idea of extending one leg, and you can flex or point or do whatever you want with the foot. Flanking is nice too. I'm actively trying to keep my leg from falling off. I could even play with the other one. Now see, I'm doing Firefly. Who cares that my legs aren't like in this super crazy straight position, right? I'm thinking active here. I can keep one foot down. I can do whatever I want, right? But I can play with the idea of Firefly. So one way is just to come into it like we already did. Some people being me, like to come into it from sitting. Now, if you like shoulder pressure pose, this might be for you, but you don't have to go into a full shoulder pressure. In fact, it kind of feels weird if you do it from a full shoulder pressure. But if you have a lot of hip mobility, which is me, I have loosey-goosey noodle hips. It's not a great thing. It's a problem, especially for like walking and standing balances, which are more important than things like arm balances, okay? You can put on your double backpacks from a seated position and literally just pop into a Firefly. Now this is better without blocks, because if I had my hands up on blocks, it'd be much harder to pop up. This will not work for everyone, y'all. You do not want to link your toes like you're going into shoulder pressure, because that is too tight for most of us, right? I still have this active hugging in, but I'm a little bit relaxed and I'm letting my elbows go wide. You can see that I'm letting my elbows go wide because I know as I rock into it and let my elbows go wide, I can then pick up and pull towards the midline, right? And for me, that's actually a really accessible way. Some people literally like to get momentum. They like to be like, see if I can do this today. Whee! Ugh. Didn't feel like I got momentum there, but you can rock into it, right? Some people literally do a forward roll and roll into Firefly, and I used to do that all the time. It was very fun. Maybe not the first way I had learned, right? But that actually does work for some bodies being my body. I still think that the shelf method is a great slow entrance to it, but it's worth giving this a try to see if this works for your mobility and your anatomy. And if you're like, this just absolutely doesn't work for me, this is a lot of hip, right? So what's another option that you can do? You can do a half Firefly, right? And it might be like something like we did earlier, where we did kind of that pickup from this position. This was kind of a like locked position. You could straighten your arms too and try to do that, right? That's a cool move. You could also do like a half crow, half Firefly. So a lot of the work we did works for crow. So when I think about that, I put one leg on for crow, like I think about setting it up for crow, and then I walk the other foot forward until I can set up my crow leg and my Firefly leg, right? And that can be an interesting thing to play with. But I think letting go of the idea of like being able or having to have perfectly straight legs can be very, very helpful for your Firefly, as well as exploring a variety of entrances and the balance between widening out and hugging in towards the midline. Just like all the Absolutely Arms, if you want to tinker with this, if you want to play with this, I do encourage you to pause the video and do so. If you're like, that was cool, that was interesting, maybe another time, Stevie, that's fine too, or maybe never. I'm going to do a really, really quick cool down. So join me for that, or pause as a video. If you're joining me for the cool down, come to your belly. Take your right arm out to the right in a cactus position. You can release your head, it just makes the mic sound funny, and roll onto your right side body. I'm trying to release my head. Doing a little pec stretch here. Use your left fingertips for leverage. You do whatever you want with your legs. I actually like to figure four mine. That's the most comfortable for my body. That may not be the most comfortable for yours. Release. Let's take it to the other side. Left arm pec stretch. One might feel different than another. Release. Come up onto your forearms. Gentle Sphinx pose. Leave your legs soft, but do squeeze your booty and push your pubic bone down. Draw your shoulder blades together and onto your back. Tip your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe push a little bit more through your left elbow. Switch sides. Bring your head back to neutral. You can stay here or do a little seal pose. Press into your hands. Lift up through your elbows. Keeping a small bend in your elbows here. Press the back of your skull back. Squeeze your booty. Pull your pubic bone towards your sternum. So this is not a cobra. This is a seal. Lift up through the low belly. Release down onto your chest. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and push back to a child's pose, legs together. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take your arms back behind you by your side. Let your shoulders be heavy. Of course, if you'd like to do anything else in today's practice, you are always welcome. You can stay here in this little happy ball of a child's pose as long as you would like. As with any of our absolute arms, I do think it's worth coming back to them so they become more familiar in your body, especially with some of these quick but strange movements. And reviewing the base flow can be quite helpful. I have a few other requests that I have to get through, as well as some transitions that y'all have asked for. I do enjoy doing this because it's a good workout for my arms as well as I do it. And people have been asking for arm balances that are not my favorite and that I don't practice that much. So if you have any other ideas or you'd like to see something here, please let me know. Do check out the Absolutely Arms that we already have up here. They're not in their own program or category, so you have to search the words Absolutely Arms. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon.